Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about the Defender CCW red dot, but I'm not going to be mounting this on my pistol. I'm actually planning on mounting this offset on my rifle for PRS, and I'm going to talk about why I prefer to have a red dot on my PRS rifle and the benefits of it. So yeah, let's get to it. Alright, first let's talk about this red dot. So I'm not going to be installing this in my pistol, but there are some benefits. Obviously, this definitely feels very rugged. Nice window, and it takes a CR1632 battery, and it comes with this handy tool right here. And this tool doesn't feel cheap either. The metal tool is not just a cheap plastic, so it does have the hex tool, and then the part right here so that you can take off the battery, and then there's this like the flat side over here so that you can adjust the elevation and windage. So this little multi-tool comes with this red dot, which is very beneficial. Also comes with a 1-degree shim plate. So if you do install it in your pistol, it's pretty much you can angle the optic so that you can gain elevation when you're zero at less than 15 yards. So that's what the shim plate is very useful for. And you can mount it in many different platforms. So it comes with all these screws for different pistols. But we're not going to be mounting it in a pistol. I'm going to be using this for PRS. So, well, let's keep going with the features of this red dot. So to turn it on, we press either the up button or the down button to turn this on. It does have an auto shut off feature after 10 minutes of no movement. Then it shuts off so that it saves battery. It does have motion activation, obviously. So once you start moving it, let's say your rifle has been resting in the stage for a long time, and then you move it, it will turn on automatically so that you don't have to worry about turning it on. And also, it does have a button lockout. So if you press the up button and hold it for about 3 seconds, the dot will blink off for half a second, and then it will remain on, so that if you accidentally press the down or up button, like, it won't shut off. And then you could take it off the lockout feature again by doing the same thing. The dot will blink off twice in 1 second to confirm that the lockout mode has been disabled, and it will remain on. So the battery life on this thing is the setting number 6 is approximately 9,500 hours, which if you do the math, it's just a little bit over a year, which is a lot of battery life. I'm very impressed with it. And when I looked at it at setting 6, even in bright conditions outside, like, it was enough for me to be able to see the red dot. So I'm probably just going to keep it in setting 6 so that I can maximize the battery of it. And so I really like that. It lasts a long time. But anyway, so we're going to mount this on my optic offset like this, just far enough so that I could manipulate the windage and the elevation. And yeah, let's do that. Alrighty, as you can see, this is mounted on the side of my rifle offset. And the reason why I like to run red dots for my PRS rifle, I used to, like, a few years ago, then I stopped, and then now I'm putting this back on because number one, I like to run high magnification. And when you run high magnification and sometimes you're looking for a target and you can't find it, it's a little bit harder to find it. So running a red dot allows me to run it at very high magnification. So I'll just point the red dot towards the target and then look down on my scope, and then my sight picture is within the target pretty much, and I don't have to chase for it. And so that's one of the big benefits for me, is quick target acquisition. A lot of people lose time when they have to try to find the targets and they can't find it, so people lose a lot of time Even though I've been shooting for like 8 years now, like I still sometimes have trouble with finding my targets, even if I have high magnification. So the red dot should help me with that and hopefully gain me a few more points for matches. And I like it offset. I used to run it in the front over here, but if I'm shooting through a porthole, sometimes it gets in the way, so I just like it offset over here. Like I don't really have to, you would think that you'd have to put your head all the way over here just to see it, but not really. I can keep my cheek walled and I can still see the red dot. That's one of the biggest benefits of this, is just quick target acquisition, so that I'm not wasting time looking for targets. And because I like to run high magnification usually because I can see more. I can see where the bullets impacted on the target a lot better, and where I missed, and to be able to adjust for corrections a lot easier if I have a high magnification instead of normally I run it 15, but since I have this red dot on there, I might start running around 20, 25, which is pretty high for a lot of people, but for me, like it's in the past, it's worked really well. So let's talk about zeroing your red dot. Like, where do you, the question some of you guys might ask is, where would you want to zero the red dot? Let's first talk about rimfire and then centerfire. For rimfire, I like to zero at 100 yards. My elevation usually is at 1.7, 1.8. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this at 1.8 and then zero it with my reticle. So if I put it at 1.8, wherever my reticle is, that's where I want to zero the red dot. Because 100, why 100 yards? Well, it's because 100 yards is usually the median or average range that we shoot at. And in rimfire, if you do the average, like it's probably going to be close to 100, 125, 150, even though you'll shoot at 300 yards. Like if you do shoot at 300 yards, you're probably going to be like maybe a little bit over 10 mils for sure. But even if you point that red dot towards the target, you'll still be within, you still see the target within your sight picture. But 100 yards is about the average range that we'll shoot for rimfire. For centerfire, I would probably zero it around 500 or 600 yards. I forgot at the top of my head what the actual, I think it's 2.6 for 6 Creedmoor, 2.6 mils. I think for 500 or 600 yards, I don't remember. I need to look it up. I don't shoot centerfire as much, so I don't know it by heart. But let's just say it's 2.5. So you're gonna put your turret at 2.5, which is about, I think, 500 or 600 yards maybe. That's gonna be your average range for centerfire. Again, I haven't shot centerfire, or I don't shoot centerfire as much, so I might be wrong, but it might be 700 yards, but I think 600 yards sounds about right. And then, so you're gonna put your, you're gonna dial your reticle at 2.5, and then look down in your reticle, wherever your reticle is pointing at, then you zero your red dot in that direction, or in that general area. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. Obviously, you're not shooting groups with your red dot. You're going to be shooting groups with your actual scope. So like, even if it's a little bit off, like, it doesn't really matter as much as you would if you were zeroing it using a pistol, obviously. But you want it in a good zero, but you're just getting an approximate zero. So anyways, I hope you guys have found this helpful, and just kind of know why I like to use red dots. Again, I used red dots for many years before this, and then over the past year and a half or 2 years, I took away the red dot and have just shot with the scope without a red dot, and I did fine with it. But there's a few stages that I lost time, or I was lost with my target acquisition. But having the red dot, I think, will really save me a lot more time. And yep, hope you guys have enjoyed this, and you have a good one.